Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Plant Based Morning Show, Tuesday, September 3rd, and we are back after yet another 10-day hiatus this summer leading into fall. We've had a bunch of them. It wasn't planned quite like this, but we have had a couple where we missed a Thursday and then went into a week off. So anyway, Doug, how's it going? Feeling refreshed? Good to be back.
It is good to be back, Matt. I've missed the show. I missed the audience. I missed you. Yeah, it feels good to be back to it.
Yeah, no, it does feel like I feel like we're very distant from the audience. I mean, it's good. We created a nice little group here because it feels weird to be away for so long. So anyway, good to be back. Good morning to those who are checking in. Let's see. I mean, shockingly little happened in 2 weeks since the show, so that's good. We didn't miss too much, but we got some stuff to catch up on. So you went away. I mean, I should explain. Moving Box is behind me. Yeah, Dale just wrote that. No, she wrote morning. Sorry, so I'm moving on the brain here. Yeah, we're moving. I don't think I said that on the show yet. Did I?
No,
sold our house.
I don't think so either.
Sold our house. We moved this weekend to a nice place on a lake. It'd be good.
You want to give the exact address and
no, not gonna do that. But
okay.
But anyway, it's good. It'll be a little lake life, which is good. I have
you can say this, right? Same area of the country.
Same general area. Living on a lake. It'll be good. Lake life. I've got a visor picked out. It says lake life on it.
Do you really?
Well, I did see one.
Matt, this means because I doubt you're gonna buy a motorboat, right? A boat with a motor, but you definitely have to get a kayak now, right?
Well, we're gonna get a kayak, and apparently inflatable boats are a thing. They're not as like lame as they sound. It's like a real thing people get now. My aunt gave me one for now, and I need to buy a motor for it. I think an electric motor.
Oh, like a boat, an inflatable motorboat.
Yeah, like a dinghy. You put a motor on it and you putter around or whatever one does in a boat. I honestly don't know what we would do in it, but yeah. I mean, I don't think it would go fast enough to like do anything fun, like water ski or anything.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Do people still water ski, or is that done?
Oh yeah, people still water ski.
That's not a 1980s relic.
No.
Kind of seems like it would have
been.
Yeah,
I doubt you'll be able to water ski behind a dinghy, but you can putter. You can dinghy around, go to the coast, jump off.
We'll putter around,
do a little scuba diving.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why I got the boxes behind me. That's why the shelf is bare. The once populated bookshelf is now empty, except for a couple plant-based athletes there that I'm sending to Robert Cheek. Yeah, that's it. How about you, Doug? What's going on in your life?
Hold on, I got one more question about lake life, Matt. What do you think? Do you think that lake life is going to cause you to drink more alcohol or less alcohol? Because when I'm at the lake, I'm drinking alcohol.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like that. It's not just like permanent vacation style.
I mean,
I don't know. I don't have the same amount of alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, well, I don't honestly know.
Well, before we get to me, the other news for you, the people are just dying to know on the Discord is how many balls you lost at your golf tournament.
Oh yeah. Okay, I couldn't keep exact count because I would sometimes find some and then lose those.
Okay.
But I bought 24 new balls for the trip, and I came home with one sleeve of those remaining, and maybe two balls in the sleeve. But I definitely lost one or two more, maybe 5 more that were just found and then lost. So very close to 24. If you said 24, I would say you're the winner. I don't know if it was.
We had some 18, some 27, 13, 22. All right, here we go. Jessica Goodenough said 22.
Nobody went too high. I mean, in the early years of this tournament, before I realized what the last day was like, I definitely lost upwards of 30 on certain times. So this felt like a pretty good control.
Pretty good year.
Yeah.
I
didn't win, but I kept it together this time better than I have in the previous year. So I was actually encouraged. I think my new place where we are, there's golf nearby. I don't know if I'm doing that or not, but there will be opportunity to play more golf. So that will be a good thing. Hopefully I'll do it. We'll have to play together, Doug. We'll have to make that happen. Now the lake added incentive. We'll see.
I mean, I was kind of banking on our. So where we missed last week was we had a team retreat. A compliment team retreat up in Breckenridge, Colorado.
Yep.
And I'm kind of banking on these retreats now. Is the only time I get to actually see you, and then you had to go and move, and you don't even show up.
I know. But it looked like fun. I saw the pictures. I saw a whitewater picture that looked kind of fun.
Yep, we went
Everybody
whitewater
piled into the
rafting.
boats.
That was cool.
I didn't look that closely. Was there like a tour guide person on the boat, or you just like they just set you off and do your thing?
Oh no, there's a guide, river
Always
guide.
has to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, you're navigating some rapids. I mean, they weren't like enormous or anything, but definitely.
Is someone
needed
allowed
some
to just put their own boat in there? Say, I'm just gonna my
Sure.
crew, we're good. We're just gonna do our own thing.
Yeah, it's
Just
a public
amazing.
river. You can just
Right.
jump
Right.
in, do your thing.
That's good. Anybody taco or anything? Capsize?
No capsize. MT fell out. Matt Tolman, CEO, fell out. I fell out, but I was goofing around. I was there. We were in like a flat area where there were no rapids, and you can take your paddle and like smack it on the water, and it sounds like a beaver smack kind of thing.
Okay.
And some people were doing that, and I was trying it, and the guide was like, "Oh, you gotta like have it really land flat." I was like, "Okay," and I repositioned myself, and I gave it my all, and just like everything I had in there, and I just, as soon as it smacked, I went head over or feet over head, flipped right into the water. But
Nice.
we had a great time. Yeah, it was fun.
Good.
Rafting, lots of cold plunging, meditation, breath work.
Oh, very good.
Went for a big hike up to like 12,000 feet, which was cool.
I saw that. I read the things we were supposed to bring, and I was like, good thing I'm not going because I don't own the things you're supposed to bring. Hiking boots and like hiking apparel and stuff, like jackets and things.
Yeah, it was more casual than that. That was
I figured it would be.
Yeah. We were all good. But at the same week that we were gone, I don't know if you saw this news. Another team retreat in Colorado happened. They went on a hike and they left somebody behind.
Did the person ever be recovered? They didn't die.
Yeah, but like they had to do search and rescue to find the person. Yeah,
that's funny. Yeah, and it said 15 people, which I mean, if you were an observer, you might say, "Hey, that looks a lot like the compliment team."
I know. My mom texted me. She was like, "This wasn't you guys, right?"
That's funny. Good. Well, I'm glad it was a good time. Sorry to miss it. Yeah,
I know. What I wanted to tell you is we played Hot Ones.
Oh yeah, how'd you do that? You got procured some vegan wings.
We got some vegan nuggets and got the Hot Ones sauces. Just there are 3, so like a mild, medium, and then the super spicy.
Okay, and those things are vegan sauces, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And then we played we didn't, because we know each other. Interviewing just didn't make a lot of sense. So we played this like trivia game, and if your team didn't get the right answer, you had to roll a die to see if you got the medium, the mild, or the hot. And man, that hot is hot.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah, it like takes your breath away. Hot.
Is that the hottest they offer, or do they have like 10 levels beyond that even?
No, it's the hottest they offer, and it's the hottest on the show. Yeah, but I cannot imagine eating the ones before that, like in building up to that, and having to continue. I can't imagine doing it. It is brutal.
They only have 3 on the show, like 3 levels of heat.
No, they have 10 levels. They have 3 that are their sauces, and those are the ones we bought, like the Hot Ones sauces.
Okay, gotcha. That's cool. That's a good idea. Who thought of that? Isabel?
Isabel thought it. Yeah, Isabel's husband, I think. And then I helped her come up with the game idea.
Yeah, I like that. Good. All right. Well, hello to people who have checked in here, which is Britters, Dale Stevens, Carmen, Kate, aka River Cat, Karuta Legends, Brandon Turner says paddle boards are great. Inflatable one of those even. Allie, and that's it. That's who said hello so far. Good. Okay. Well, like I said, not that much to talk about today. We've got some weather report stuff, although the sound machine is misplaced. I think among the packing and things, it's just gone. So no sounds today for the foreseeable future. Hopefully soon enough we'll get that back.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I mean, yeah, I got more stuff. I mean, a little bit more stuff that I've done or whatever, read, but I'll just mix those things in here and there, other shows, whatever. Let's get to it. Here, actually, this is not quite weather report. I mean, it might as well be, so we can assume it is. But Doug, I guess this was this was Sunday. Or was it yesterday? I don't know. But the Netflix thing that we talked about, we hyped it up. We were excited about it. The rematch, or the match that didn't happen when Joey Chestnut was barred from the Nathan's Coney Island hot dog eating contest, whatever the official name of that thing is, the World Series of hot dog eating, I think. He wasn't allowed in because of his Impossible Foods sponsorship. It wasn't that he wouldn't eat regular hot dogs, because he would. It's just that the Nathan's didn't, for whatever reason, I don't know the complete details, but they didn't want him in when he's sponsored by a different hot dog company, even a vegan hot dog, which is kind of surprising to me that they really care that much, or are actually concerned about market share with Impossible at this stage. But anyway, the rematch happened. Netflix grabbed it up. They broadcast it. It was billed. What was it billed at? Does you remember? Oh, it was someone with beef.
Yeah, unfinished beef.
Unfinished beef. Is that what they called it? Yeah, unfinished beef.
Head-to-head unfinished beef competition.
Yep, on Netflix. Did you watch it live? Did you tune in?
I did not. I didn't. I totally forgot about it. I saw this in the show notes, and I was like, oh my god, I missed it. I would have totally watched it.
Yeah, me too. That's kind of the problem with these things. I mean, it's a problem with these things. I don't know, like if this was the old days, and it was billed, this was going to be on network TV. I guess this might not have been on network TV, but like you wouldn't have missed it. We would have known about it. You see a million commercials leading up to it. This, like, I mean, I just forgot it happened. I saw an ad like 2 weeks ahead of time or something on Netflix, and then I just forgot all about it. I don't know if I would have watched it anyway. But anyway, it happened, and he won. Chestnut beat Kobayashi, who was his rival. They've got this history of doing things. Oh, I put 86. He ate 83. So I botched the show title.
Way to go.
I don't even know if I can change that right now. Anyway, no, I don't think I can. So anyway, it's 83. But I was telling my kids about this, and just like the story with the Impossible thing, thinking that we might watch it. This was a couple weeks ago. And I was telling him, I was like, and he eats like 80 something hot dogs in an hour. And I was like, or maybe it's 10 minutes. I don't even know. And like, it hit me like, what an immense feat this is, that I don't know if it's in an hour or 10 minutes. Like, it doesn't make a difference to me. It just so
in either way, beyond, it's a massive amount of hot dogs.
Just beyond comprehension that someone could possibly do this. And I was thinking about this more. 10 minutes, 83 hot dogs. That's 8 per minute, which means one about every 7 seconds.
Oh my god, that's so gross.
Seconds, hot dog and a bun is going down your throat.
Oh my gosh, that's disgusting.
Like, even if your stomach could hold it, I couldn't eat them that fast. There's just no way. I mean, how can you eat a hot dog in 7 seconds?
Well, you're not chewing anything, right? I mean,
I guess they have that technique where they just dip it in water and then just slide it down.
Guzzle it. Oh my gosh.
So at the end of that, then they have 83 unchewed hot dogs, or he does, in his stomach, just floating around to be digested.
Oh.
I mean, they must just feel so bad, right? When they're done.
Well, they probably don't feel bad when they get a giant check from Netflix for $2 million or whatever.
Yeah, you probably feel good about that.
Right. I mean, I can feel uncomfortable for a couple days for a couple $1 million for sure.
And it probably is a couple days. I mean, I would think. I mean, I just don't. In some ways, this is more impressive than any Olympic. I'm not saying it's more important, but I can imagine a person. Well, maybe if I was a swimmer, whatever the swimmers are doing would just seem this level. But I mean, this is 100 times what like I would do. It's
even if you were really going for it.
Yeah, maybe not 100 times. In 10 minutes, I could probably eat, I don't know, 3-4 hot dogs. So it's 20 times what I could do.
I bet I could at least eat 5 hot dogs. I bet I could eat 10 hot dogs. I bet I could eat a hot dog a minute.
Oh my gosh. The swallowing technique, or just chewing them like normal hot dogs? You're not going to swallow hot dogs.
No, I'm not gonna. I mean, I'm not trained to swallow hot dogs. You don't think I can do 10?
No, I don't. I think my stomach would just say you've had enough after about 5, and I just would be done.
Fair enough.
You just couldn't get yourself to eat more. It just wouldn't happen. So anyway, I don't know.
Do we know what kind of hot dogs he ate? I assume they weren't Impossible dogs.
Yeah, you're right, because they wouldn't be Nathan's now. They'd be something different. Yeah, no idea. Doesn't say here anyway. But I mean, it's probably on Netflix, right? We can go watch the recording. Okay. Well, somebody live tweeted it. I don't see how many Kobayashi had. 70.
It was 60 something.
Oh, okay.
I mean, still an enormous amount.
man, if I was Chestnut, I would just like try to maintain a 1 hot dog lead and just, not overexert
You
myself.
need to go for that world record.
He's come for a record, and he did.
Yeah.
He's eaten more hot dogs than anybody ever in 10 minutes.
I bet
All right.
he got a $500,000 bonus if he breaks the record. That's my guess.
Yeah.
I have no reason to believe. I have no idea how much he's getting paid for any of this, but like, there has to be a record, a reason to go for it, right? Because otherwise, you would just like look at the guy, like you said, just look at the guy next to you.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about it. It's just weird. I'd like to know how much money he actually is making from this, and at what point you just say, "I've had enough. No more of that." All right. Anyway, let's get to our plant-based stuff that we've got today. Just imagine the weather report music. Here we go. We talked about this a few months ago, but it's happening now. The day is here. On Tuesday, which is today, they announced vegan Nutella coming to Europe. It'll be available Wednesday, but they announced it today. No dairy ingredients, all replaced with chickpeas and rice syrup. Ferrero said, I guess that's the Ferrero Rocher or whatever company that does famous chocolates. But that's finally happening. I wouldn't mind getting a hold of that. I'm sure there's plenty of sugar in it, and it's not going to be a healthy food. But wouldn't mind having access to that, because I always kind of like Nutella when I eat that stuff.
Yeah, I used to love Nutella.
Yeah.
Is there a vegan version of Nutella that like already? Like I know, not like Nutella, but like, is there a vegan option?
When we were in Spain, there was some kind of hazelnut spread, 3-4 years ago that we had. It was good. All right, another one we've talked about before. Solar Foods makes this protein called Solein, and what is special about it is that it is air-based. Whatever that really means, I don't know what they do. They get stuff out of the air, turn it into protein, and somehow it's not just protein. It's 65 to 70% protein, 5 to 8% fat. I don't know how they get fat out of the air, but they do. 0 to 15% dietary fiber, and 3 to 5% mineral ingredients. So I guess the air even has minerals somehow. There's got to be more to this, right, Doug? They've got to add more than just the air in here if they're going to turn it into something.
I mean, is it just microbes in the air, like stuff just floating around, dust particles? You go to a particularly like you go outside of a hot dog manufacturer and start sucking up that type of air.
Maybe, you probably get a little bit of stuff there. But anyway, this is no longer fantasy joke anymore. They've gotten the generally recognized as safe, that's the acronym GRAS, also known as GRAS status, for their air-based protein. That's something where I don't know if that's through the FDA or who that is actually through. It's not quite as strong as the no questions letter, which will now be the next step that they are trying to get. This Vegconomist says that it's self-affirmed GRAS status. So I guess they just need to cite their own studies and things and claim that they are GRAS. But they have achieved that. Yeah, it is self-affirmed. So that actually is not as important as I thought. I honestly, for as long as we've done the supplement thing, I'm not involved with the sourcing of the products and things, but I always thought GRAS meant that someone had signed off and said, this is good, not just the company.
Right. But
anyway, yeah, so that's happening, and they're saying, I think this is the one that said U.S. sales should be happening in this very year, that they will be selling this Solein. That's their goal.
Wow, would you be excited to eat some air protein?
No, I really wouldn't. I
really?
I guess I'd give it a try and be interested, but I just I've lost my attraction to the plant-based meats in the past few weeks. I don't know. I just keep not choosing them when given the option. I don't know what it is. I don't know what I read or saw, but I'm just not interested in them. I don't know. I'm out.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm totally out, but for now, I just have no interest. I meant to ask you, you probably didn't get your hands on the Impossible hot dogs or the Oscar Mayer vegan hot dogs, or you would have told us about it for Labor Day festivities.
I did not, but in Colorado, I was like, maybe in Colorado. Maybe they just haven't come to North Carolina yet.
Yeah, right.
And I couldn't find them there either. I looked all over.
Yeah. Well, anyway, for now, I'm not too interested. Yeah.
Matt, I was so excited about flying in and out of the Atlanta airport. I had a layover in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, Slutty Vegan, right?
Slutty Vegan. At the airport, we said they were coming. We broke the news here on the Plant-Based Morning Show.
Atlanta's a big airport, though.
Atlanta's a big airport, and so I was like, oh man, I only have like an hour and a half between flights. Depending on where it is, I don't know if it'll work. It was maybe an hour after, with boarding and everything, and So I Google it. Slutty Vegan Atlanta Airport, Terminal 2. Where am I going? Terminal 2. I
Oh,
am so
perfect.
stoked. I am running all the way up. It's a massive terminal and it has 2 wings. I'm running all over the place trying to find this thing, only to finally stop and ask somebody. And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's not here yet. It's coming." I was so disappointed.
There yet?
No, and I guess the images we saw were just renderings.
Man, AI.
I know it really. I mean, because we saw graphics of what looked like Slutty Vegan in a terminal. I mean, that's like we broadcasted them here.
Well, I remember they were under construction. Did we just see an under construction picture?
Maybe.
Or was it the AI fake stuff? Deep fake.
I don't know, but there was like zero sign of it there at this point. I mean, I could not find it anywhere, and asked the guy that said, "Ask me questions" or whatever, and I did. I was so disappointed.
That's a bummer. Yeah, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But
And you know what I got instead? Probably a
Slutty Vegan
3-day hummus wrap that was terrible. Made my belly hurt.
Pre-made, like what, out of the refrigerated stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are never very good, but they're okay. I mean, that's what I get a lot of times at planes or at airports for planes. Haven't you had Slutty Vegan already once?
I have. Yeah.
Okay, so you were excited to get it again.
Yeah, get it in an airport. I was like, this is gonna be the perfect airport food.
Right.
But oh well.
Yeah, too bad. All right, there you go. There's that much. All right, a couple more fun things here. Krispy Kreme has launched 3 new vegan flavors, Doug, which might have you really excited until you realize it's just in the UK, where they've already got plenty of plant-based options. They already have 6 others.
What?
Well, I don't know how they're getting 9 here, but they say they have that brings the total number to 9. The pre-existing ones were choc custard, strawberry ice ring, caramel ice ring, and cookies and cream. So that's only 5. That's only that's 5. And then this is 3 new ones: cinnamon swirl, blueberry bubble bliss, salted caramel sensation. Yeah, so I don't know what they. Be nice if they could just make a regular vegan donut. That's the only one I
just
would
the
possibly
glaze,
get.
Krispy Kreme glaze.
Yeah, none of these sound good to me at all. I just wouldn't. I don't even get tantalized by those. Just nothing. But if you tell me it's regular Krispy Kreme, I'd say, okay, I'd like to try one of those. You'd be all right with these?
I'd be all right with these, yeah.
What do you like? Blueberry bubble bliss?
I'd be attracted to the cinnamon swirl, probably.
Yeah, that's probably the most mild of these things.
So I read this news, and you're right. I was excited about it until I saw those in the UK. And you know why? Less for me, because I'm not a huge donut guy. I do every once in a while go to Dough House. Shout out Dough House, Black Mountain vegan donut shop. But it's more like for my kids. And I think there's something cool about, not cool, I don't know. It's just like it's nostalgic for me to go into a Krispy Kreme and get a dozen donuts, right. And share them with your friends or your soccer team or whatever. Yeah. And I don't know, I'd like to be able to do that and offer that with a vegan option. Yeah,
I agreed. Yeah, we went to a vegan junk food place on the way home from Raleigh this weekend with my daughter, and I passed on the fake meat. Of course, I got some cheesy fries, which I did not like at all. But anyway, we had a little dessert fiasco that I'm not going to get into. Just too much detail involving kids, and eventually saying, "Come on, it's just too much junk food. You got to stop eating junk food." But I didn't say those things. I just kept them inside. Anyway, moving on.
Fiasco on the inside or fiasco on the outside?
No, it was inside. I had visible frustration, I think, as to how long the stop was on the way home from a 3-hour car ride. Okay. Because we had to get one dessert and then wasn't received well, so we then had to get another dessert and wait for the soft serve machine to cool down. And then it still came out. Yeah, and it still came out. She said runny and not good, so she barely had any of that dessert either.
Okay, all right. We don't need to get into it.
No, we don't.
Too much detail.
All right, Garuda's here. First of all, Garuda says, Matt, that is good. Fake meat is hyper-processed food, not healthy. I know that's Garuda's take, so I'm not surprised to hear that. But Garuda also said, did you hear that the Krabby Patty at Wendy's won't be vegan? I have to admit, I am disappointed, which is interesting because I thought, first of all, why would Garuda be disappointed by that? Because I thought Garuda doesn't like fake meats in general. Why would you want that? But what's the? I mean, I can't imagine Wendy's making a Krabby Patty, and nor that it might have been vegan. Do you know anything about this, Doug? I know nothing about Krabby Patty.
I knew nothing about it either. Apparently, it's a SpongeBob and Wendy's collab.
Yep. And it's made out of seaweed. Wait a minute. Seaweed buns, deep sea produce, and a patty of mysterious makings. Okay, that's marketing speak, I guess. No beef here, but I guess it probably has some small ingredients that are not vegan.
Oh man, why would you make a vegetarian burger?
Right, but why is Garuda care about that? Why do you? I mean, I know Garuda now and then will try vegan food. Partially thanks to us.
Would you say mysterious makings?
Well, I don't know, the blurb of the website I saw said
I don't think that people want mystery food. Interesting.
No, they don't. Oh, okay. They're talking about in the show. In the show, the iconic Krabby Patties made out of seaweed buns. So that's not the not the real thing. But anyway, who knows? We can look into that later. Maybe we'll hear some news about it later. I'm not a SpongeBob guy.
I'm not either.
All right, moving on. More news here. 2 more bits, and then we'll sign off. Better Meat Company. We've talked about them a lot recently. I don't quite know why. It's Paul Shapiro's company, who used to be, I guess he was like the president, very high up guy at Humane Society of the United States in DC. Now he is involved with Better Meat Company. I think he's the CEO. But anyway, they've got a $1.4 million grant from the U.S. Defense Department to increase the production of what's called a RHIZA, R-H-I-Z-A. That's their signature microprotein ingredient. I forget what news we've heard about from this place, Better Meat Company. It's generally been positive stuff. They got their no questions letter in July, and this is microprotein. So it has the stuff. And now these articles on microprotein are starting to talk about these potential allergies and things, which is interesting because, like, I don't know, it just didn't happen before, but now suddenly this big dust up about it technically being mold in a sense, what they're using, at least in the meaty foods product. So now this article goes on and says that it's been kind of an obstacle for the industry. They use a different strain in Better Meat does than what corn uses. They don't mention meaty here. But these, this other kind, the bad kind, 1 out of every 140,000 people experiences the adverse reaction. So our own Bianca, who had her own adverse reaction.
1 out of 100,000. Nice.
I guess so. That seems like shockingly low to me. But anyway, you get swelling of the throat, hives, and swelling around the mouth and eyes. That would be a scary thing. She mentioned vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal cramps. That's other issues that can possibly come from that. So anyway, this is the first government grant for an alternative protein at all. So that's why it's kind of significant. I don't know. I have a sense that they're doing good stuff there, but I don't know for sure. Something that reminded me, I skipped over one bit of news that there was that actually would have been substantial to talk about today, and that's that the new school lunch rules have gone into effect. And the headline I had in front of me is from Florida, but it's the USDA's new rules give students more options for dietary preferences and restrictions. So we will have to talk about this tomorrow, perhaps, but basically they said things that, beans, peas, and lentils now can count towards the meat requirements. Nuts and seeds can also somehow be counted, so they can get their protein in different ways than just meats now. So makes it more possible to be vegan, vegetarian, and also some extra focus on I think they call it culturally relevant or something like that. So like different kinds of street tacos, jerk chicken, things like that, for people who are used to eating those kind of foods. Anyway, that's a different story. Last thing I've got here is not a vegan thing, but Coca-Cola is vegan, so that's why I'm mentioning it. They're a little bit of hot water here. Oceana. Doug, are you who Oceana is? Is that like a watchdog group or something?
I think it's a ocean advocacy group.
Okay. One would think so, based on the name. They're upset at Coca-Cola because Coca-Cola apparently has a goal, 25% of beverages to come from reusable containers by 2030. There's a lot of 2030 sustainability goals out there. I guess that happens every decade. They just set some moonshot by the end of it.
Right.
But they're aiming for that. And Oceana says Coca-Cola is not on track at all. They're only at 14%. That's less than half. I don't know what they started. Or a little more than half, but not much more than half. I don't know where they started, though. You have to imagine they started at 5 or something. So less than half of the progress has been made that needs to be made. But anyway, that number has not changed from the previous year. And they were already upset then. So they're saying, failed to make progress. not on track to meet its reuse goal. Terrible news for the oceans. So that's no good. I thought recycling had been shown to like be a big hoax or something. Isn't that true? It just costs way more to do.
I mean, it can be. A lot of recycled plastic ends up not actually being recycled or going to China to recycle. But there is some quality recycling happening, especially around like cardboard and glass and stuff.
And when they say reusable, is that the same as
reusable is different. No, if you go to I don't know, anywhere in South America, probably Central America, Africa, you're getting Coke bottles out of these like really dense, thick plastic, like 2-liter bottles, and you return them, and you can tell that they've been used like hundreds of times because they're all like kind of scraped up and scuffed up.
I wouldn't use that. Drink some out of somebody else's bottle.
I mean, I'm sure that they are sanitized properly and cleaned and then refilled and redistributed. But I mean, it's literally the same bottle. Like they're not recycling. They're not breaking down the bottle and building new bottles. It's the same bottle.
Right.
I mean, I'm sure you've had plenty of beer.
I mean, I guess that's what old like milk deliveries used to do, right? With glass bottles, they wouldn't throw that stuff away.
Yeah. Or beer. I mean, you've been to parts of the world where they serve beer and.
Is that right? I've drank out of refillable bottles. People's trash. I'm drinking out of. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm sure that you have. Yeah. Glass bottles. Beer is typically in the glass bottles, but yeah, I mean, you can. I mean, a lot of the world reuses these plastic and glass bottles, which is, I mean, that's the way to do it, right? You're not recycling.
Like the top things actually should be, as much as I'm not used to that level of hygiene or whatever. It does sound right. Okay, all right, I can get on board with that, I guess, as long as it's well sanitized.
I'm surprised it's less than 25 or 30% or whatever, because I mean, you see it in significant. I mean, I don't know, in many areas of the world is where I've seen it.
Yeah, right. Maybe they just sell so much more Coke still here than anywhere else that it swamps it.
I don't know if they do that in Europe. I'm not sure.
Well, I remember when we were in Germany, they paid an exorbitant amount for plastic bottles. If you take them back to the grocery store, and I think glass bottles too, and we would end up getting like, I don't know, $5-10 back from a 1 week time of drinking plastic water bottles and stuff. So maybe they were actually reusing those. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, there you go. That's the deal. What's that, Doug?
Did they look scuffed up?
No, I didn't notice that. That's the thing. But I don't know. By the way, a little more clarity. They said in 2022, that's when they set the goal for 2030. And so the fact that the 2023 figure is unchanged, that means they've made zero progress from when the year that they set the goal. So they just haven't budged yet. So maybe they're just making plans still, laying the foundation. They'll get there.
Yeah.
I trust Coca-Cola to do that. When's the last time you had a Coca-Cola, Doug? A nice, good, cold, icy beverage, fountain drink kind of thing.
Can't even remember. I considered it the other day. We went to Chipotle after camping. We went camping this weekend. On the way home, stopped at Chipotle. Thought a nice cold Coke would be good, but ended up going with sparkling water.
I consider it a lot, and I almost never do it because I'm like, I'm getting a junky kind of meal right now. If I add this, it's probably the worst thing in the whole meal. So I'm just going to get water and I'll be fine.
Yeah. Well, for me, it was, if I add this, I know I'm going to feel bloated and like not good. And I would rather not feel that way. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I had a sip of Cheerwine when Holden got it a couple weeks ago. But otherwher's, I don't know when the last time I had it was. I don't know why. Just been on a little streak. That's good, I guess. You didn't tell us about camping, Doug. We need to hear about that at some point.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow. We had too much to talk about. But before we head out, news broke during the show here from Kate Rivercat, confirmed on Hollywood Reporter, that they were just paid $100,000 to enter that hot dog eating contest.
Wow, that's it?
Yeah.
That seems like a payday, like your exclusive thing. That should be your like career high thing. Wow, that's really bad.
Yeah, it's
I mean, I guess it's still amazing that you can make any living at all eating food. But man, that's
I would have thought it'd be much higher, honestly.
Yeah, I would too. It's that fragmented market. I don't know if people are going to watch that. It's just, I mean, it's such a niche thing that no one cares about.
And how many people, like, it's definitely a one-time thing. Like, no one's going back and like after the first week, no one's gonna be going back to watch the viral hit of the Netflix streaming of the hot dog eating contest. Would you do it for? All right, would you eat 8 hot dogs for $100,000? Definitely. I mean, of course you would.
Real
Would
hot
you?
dogs violate veganism
Oh no,
or impossible?
Impossible hot dog.
Yeah, of course I would. I would
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
it, but like
Uh-huh.
no doubt in my mind. I mean,
Would
I'd
you?
go way lower than that. I mean, I think
Would you eat 80? I mean, like
I
if you
couldn't.
could,
It wouldn't happen.
but if you could, and the discomfort that would come from the next, like let's say, week, and the potential life-threatening.
Yeah, if it's life threatening, then I'd have some problems. I'd have concerns. But if it's just discomfort, I can handle a week for $100,000.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's
Same.
got to be severe discomfort for the hour afterwards.
Yeah, but
I mean, 83 hot dogs in your stomach. Just
I mean, is it any worse than running 100 miles? I mean, it can't
I
be
don't
any,
know.
it can't be any worse than that.
Probably
You think
worse.
it's worse?
I think it's worse.
I don't know.
Now, I wouldn't 10 times the number of hot dogs, but I would 1/10 the number of money. I would do 8 hot dogs for $10,000 for sure.
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
this
I'd do
isn't
8 hot
different,
dogs
like,
for
right? A lot of people just eat,
$1,000
a lot of
probably.
people eat 8 hot dogs anyway, or you might eat 4 or 5. So this is not a crazy feat. It would still really hurt. I mean, I think it'd be hard to do, but yeah, $1,000.
Yeah.
Do that.
There's the viral baseball thing happening right now. Right? 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, and 9 innings.
Oh my god.
That would be tough. And you would just feel so wrecked. If I had 9 beers and 9 hot dogs, oh my god, I'd be
Definitely.
so wrecked.
But it seems like that seems so much easier than the beers are added, but that seems so much easier than this cramming in thing. Yeah, inning takes 20 minutes, 25 minutes, 30. I think I could do that. I would do that over the eating 8 and 10 minutes. I think I would add the beers in, give myself 3 hours to do it. Be all right.
Man, Kate is our Joey Chestnut correspondent here. She says Joey lives in San Jose. I believe he has a day job as an engineer. Can you imagine going back to work on Monday? Like, what'd you do this weekend? Oh, I ate 80 hot dogs.
I'm surprised he has a day job. I kind of figured that would, of all people, he's sort of gotten to the level where you can just do that. Maybe competitive eating is kind of done. Maybe he. I don't know. Who knows? All right, we gotta stop this show. This is too much bad content. Okay, we're done. Well, thanks everyone for hanging in there for that week that we were off.
Yes.
Thanks for coming back, and we'll be back the rest of this week. Hopefully, some more interesting stuff, more significant stuff. We'll see what arises. But that's it.